Happy Father's Day, Daddy!
I love you guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Grates Barbecue. I'm Big Ed. Hey, man, I want to take a second to wish all of you guys a happy Father's Day. All the fathers out there, all the dads, stepdads. But hey, man, the sun is out finally after a long 3 weeks of gray. The sun is out, and I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited to get on this Lone Star Grill. I have not been to sleep. Went to work yesterday, came home, started making preparations for my cook today, and I'm ready to have some fun in the sun. So hey, what we doing today? The opposite. Yes, sir. I'm messing up some meat possibly so you don't have to. And what I mean by the opposite, man, I'm cooking a brisket and some ribs in ways that I normally don't cook. Typically on this Lone Star Grill, I cook to the strength of my smoker. Now this smoker, the heat comes from the firebox, it goes through the chamber and it rises up and escapes through the stack. And for that reason, I tend to cook my briskets fat side down. Today, I got this bad boy fat side up. I don't never ever flip my ribs unless I'm grilling them. If I'm smoking them, wherever I stick them is where they stay. But today I'm flipping them and just trying some new things, man, seeing what kind of results this yield. And we going to have some fun. We just having fun today. And, regardless to what, we know this food going to come out good. It's going to get eaten up. And I just don't know what's going to happen. So, hey, let's get into this, man. Let's have some fun. Let's get into it. All right, so look, man, we got the top of this thing trimmed up really nice. When I opened it, this had a gouge in it with this meat is oxidized. But I know I've, as we all probably have at some point or another, has kind of botched or scalped the fat cap more than we wanted to. But look, man, you get you some of this fat that you trimmed away, and we just gonna kind of tuck that in there. And this will actually stick. I've done it several times where I made a cut, you just kind of rub it and, manipulate it. And that actually stick. So if that ever happens to you, get you a piece of that fat that you trimmed away and just massage it in there pretty good. Try to get it to lay down, kind of press it on the outer edges to where it'll just lay down flat. And you can get it on the grill, and of course, nobody won't know but you. So, hey man, I just wanted to share that with you right quick. I'm gonna flip this thing over. Nice trim on this brisket, man. Nice trim on this thing. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and season it up with the goodies over here. And but for now, that's the trim. Nice and smooth, aerodynamic, pretty much flat. And watch when I flip this over, that fat's still right there. So hey, just a little bit of food for thought. All right, guys, all right. We are at 225. Good smoke, good smoke. So let's go ahead and get this thing on. All right, guys, so with this experiment cooking fat side up, here's something I don't see. I never see my brisket curl up. And this is a choice brisket. I normally do prime. I went with a choice. And I never see that helps, but it looks good. It looks like it's cooking good. Fat. Oh no, this got a while to go. Too early to tell. But again, I never see a rise when I cook the fat side down on this smoker. So that's one interesting thing. But I never see that. Well, let's see these ribs though. They have been cooking on the front side. I think by now I'm gonna go ahead and flip them back. Oh, they about ready to. Oh yeah. I'm not mad at it. As far as the bark go, I'm not noticing any difference or anything. If anything, it might have helped push some of those fat pockets that's typically in the rib, kind of pushing out a little bit. And some of that fat help it render better. So, hey, I'm not mad at that. All right, guys, so one of the things that I never do with my ribs, I never wrap them with sauce and all of that, but I've seen some pretty beautiful looking ribs online and things like that, where they just take a little sauce and just spread it over aluminum foil. So we're gonna go ahead and do it that way. I normally just hit my ribs with, make a little foil boat, hit them with some sauce on both sides, set them on that foil boat, let them tack up. But let's do it a different way and see what kind of results we get. All right. And ooh-wee, look at the color on these things, man. But hey, the one thing that I'll never change, my ribs, they'll bend. They don't break, they don't break. But they hot as hell. All right, so we got our sauce here. And I'm gonna just kind of move it around. And man, somehow, some way, one of my little ones don't like barbecue sauce at all. I guess I'll just dabble it on the back. That boy's out right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be careful. I'm gonna kind of fold this foil down under these bones. And that way, hopefully, we don't get no puncture when I wrap them up. And this here is a thin slab, so it won't take long. And these, we got a little bit more to go. All right, taste the rib and tell me what you think. What I did difference was I flipped them while I was cooking it and I left the membrane on.
Okay. It's good.
Do you taste any difference with the membrane being on or off?
I like them all, but I think this one is so good. It's tender. I don't know if the tenderness is attributed to that.
That's attributed to my wonderful skills.
I would assume so, yeah. I think the other way is better because I'd rather not have to see that's like membrane right there. And you kind of have to pick it off of some pieces. Sometimes it's tender enough that you don't notice it. But in some sections, you do notice it and then you have to peel it off. So for that reason, I would say it's better without.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, so we back. We're about to go ahead and probably take our last look at this brisket as we're already losing daylight. We're about the 8-hour mark. After that, I'll probably just let it roll to get close to around up to the upper 190s, and then I'll wrap it in foil, and then I'm gonna do the 12-hour rest. I've never rested a brisket for 12 hours ever. And that'll be my Father's Day dinner with the family tomorrow. And hey, those ribs though, hit, you know. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it, see where we're at. And my goal is to just let it roll, unsprayed, unwrapped, pretty much the whole cook. And there she is, still lifted up. Fat rendering really good, looks to be. So we'll just go ahead and I'll pull this out. And we've got some pulling up there. I'll push this in and try to tip it. That looks pretty good, man. Doesn't feel burnt or doesn't feel crisp or anything like that. All right, so while I have this open, I'm gonna go ahead and get a read. Yeah, about 165 in a flat. We are about 168, 165. So good thing about this is cooking evenly. So I'm not mad at that. So we'll go ahead again. We got about 30 more degrees. Let this thing hang out. And we're just gonna keep it rolling, guys. But man, I think this thing is gonna have a crazy smoke ring on it. But we'll see when we go ahead and slice into it. If I had this to do over, I probably would have put the point toward the firebox and see if that would have alleviated this curving up here, but I'm not worried about that. This is a home cook. But you know how we like things to be. Look at that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rock and roll, and this will be the last time that we take a look at this thing until we're ready to slice and ready to taste it. All right, guys, here she is, man. After what, 12 hours, man. This thing played hard to get today. And even with that, when I pulled it, it was at 196. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it drop down to around 160, 165. Then I'm gonna put it in the oven. My lowest temp is for my oven is 170 degrees, and I'm gonna just hold this thing till tomorrow and see what results we get. But I started the probe somewhat tender, and I think we pulled it at the right time, but we'll see tomorrow. All right, guys, so this is our brisket from yesterday. It has been resting well beyond 12 hours at this point. It's about 14 hours, actually. I'm already noticing. I knew it was going to leak out of this foil. But we got oil, we got juice down in here. And, yeah, so this was a no-spritz brisket, something I normally don't do. I always spritz my brisket. I didn't wrap it at all, so it's a no-wrap brisket. The only time I wrapped it was when I took it off the smoker last night. And other than that, it's just been in the foil. So we're going to see how this thing looks. And here she is. Just all that juice on there. Nice and soft. So we are gonna go right here for our first slice. I'm gonna get one off this. Let's pull this bad boy out. Super juicy. Can you see the pull apart? Now we're gonna go ahead and get a slice of our point. Look at that. Meat drip. Let's go ahead and get a slice of that. And just look at all of that juice down in there. And super tender. Still hanging under its own weight. See that bark on there? Look at this thing, man. It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna get one more off the flat. Nice smoke ring. And look at that. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Fat rendered. Really good. Wow, that's really good. Get one off of here. And it's a little dry, and on this side, I knew when it curled up, that was not a good thing. But it did go back down, but it still tastes absolutely amazing. I'm going to say, I never get a choice brisket. I got a choice brisket from Costco opposed to Prime. This is a choice brisket, and this is one of the best tasting briskets I've made, hands down. It's excellent, so I could only imagine if it were a Prime. Well, this thing is as good as it is, though. So yeah, very pleased with the hold, and that hot hold makes a world of difference. When I took this thing off the smoker, The bark was hard. It looked dried, but I wasn't worried about that because I knew those juices would redistribute into the meat, and that wrap from the foil would create that moisture. And that's exactly what we got here. And look at this thing, man. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, let's just recap a little bit. As far as the rib goes, they were no spritz. They weren't, the membrane were not removed. No fancy rub or anything like that. We want the seasoning, salt, the garlic, the black pepper, but absolutely no spritz and no wrap until the end, which we sauced them and put them in that wrap just to kind of let them tack up a little bit and took them right out. But the big star of the show, the big thing, I would say the most significant thing was that brisket, man. That brisket in that hot hold just created one of the best briskets I've ever made. I mean, you would have to taste it to believe it. It makes that much of a difference. I've cooked good briskets, and just that hold though, it's just something about it. It yielded a great product, needless to say, and everyone enjoyed it. So hey, man, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I want to wish you all a happy Father's Day, or hope that you all had a happy Father's Day. And this is Big Ed of Grates Barbecue saying until next time, peace, love, and God bless.